Hello, the one and only Xylophony here with another ARK Survival Evolved, Dossier. And we have the third boss, Dossier, added to the game, which is the Dragon. Now, the Dragon's of course been around in the ARK fanbase for a long time because the first trailer for the game happened to have the Dragon in it. Since then, players have wondered, where's the Dragon? Now, recently, it has been announced that it would be a feature in some of this weekend's upcoming Survival of the Fittest events. So that is one way they're incorporating the Dragon, but seeing that this dossier is coming out, I think the Dragon is soon to be incorporated into the game itself. Now, this is set up very similar to the other bosses, including the giant gorilla boss and the broodmother. It doesn't really tell us much, it just is a green, almost alien-like slate with a picture of the dragon on it. Now, this also tells us the size it is in comparison to a human, which is very useful information. It is about, what would you guys say, 8 times as tall as a human, and I don't know, quite a few times larger than a T-Rex. It's very, very large. So this dragon's obviously going to be the biggest thing we have seen in ARK. I'd say probably bigger than a brontosaur, and surely much, much more deadly. We'll get to see a closer look at the dragon once the ARK Survival of the Fittest Unnatural Selection event begins, but this gives us an idea on what we should be expecting. Now, since this is the third slate being released, I do believe this may be on equal par to the broodmother and the gorilla boss. However, it is much larger, so it may be a separate tier entirely. That's what my original theory was, but still, we do have some information that this guy may be coming soon. Now, obviously, if they're putting him into this upcoming game mode, then, he's in the game, he's ready to go. He's only temporarily tameable in that, but that does make it so it's possible to tame him. Now, whether he would be tameable in the normal game or not, who's to say, but it would definitely be an interesting thing to see. Now, there's not a lot of information when it comes to this, really. As I said, we got the size, we got some random DNA strands, and we got a skull. But we also have a few things of fire. Now, obviously the dragon will breathe fire, but this can show it can breathe very large amounts of fire. Considering when you talk about a dossier and there's claws on it, the highest we've seen is 3 or 4 when it comes to damage. This thing has 6 fire things next to it, which means that it most likely has at least double of the previously most dangerous creature on the island. So that is one way of looking at this guy. That fire is something you want to avoid if this thing is attacking you. Now, how to summon this guy? Not entirely sure. He could just be a standard obelisk summon like we're used to with the broodmother. He could be a combination of defeating the other bosses and summoning him that way, or he just could be a rare find. I think it's probably going to be an obelisk summon, at least for now, just to simplify it and make it so they can actually have this guy in the game, and have it really mean something. Maybe it will be something where you have to defeat other bosses first, and use those items to summon him, because you do need to complete the caves to get the items for the broodmother. Maybe you have to complete the bosses to get the items for the dragon. That would make a lot of sense, and I think it also would make a lot of sense for you to be able to temporarily tame and ride the dragon, because let's be honest, everyone is going to want to tame and ride the dragon. However, if you put this onto a public server, the person with the dragon pretty much owns the server. It would be game breaking, it would just be an instant, win to the person who has it. When you have it set as a temporary tame, it makes it so it's more of a weapon of mass destruction. You have it, and you can use it, but you can only use it for a brief period. If you have an enemy encampment that you want to, say, completely demolish, you can fly this guy in and breathe fire all over it. If the dragon dies during that, well, he wasn't going to be your tame for a long time. Now, how much it takes to kill this dragon, I'm not entirely sure. I assume it's going to be very difficult. Just in the trailer for the game, it shows 5 T-Rexes running in, and it gives you the feeling that that might not be enough. And T-Rexes are very strong. So, this will certainly be, seems like it'll be a lot stronger than the other bosses. But once again, we'll see it when we see the Unnatural Selection game mode, which I'll definitely be playing, be streaming it for a good portion of it. So I'm pretty excited for that. Hopefully you guys are pretty excited for that. Hopefully you guys are really excited just to see this guy on a dossier form, even if it's just a little slate. I think it's pretty cool. Let me know what you think of him in the comments below. If you have any suggestions of more things I could talk about relating to this guy, leave me those suggestions in the comments below. I'll make sure to do a video on it. Other than that, leave a like. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.